guys, me host Superstar. Thank you very much for tuning in. Look what I got! It's Obi-Wan Kenobi. So this is Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi from Phantom Menace, the first Star Wars movie. And it's number 85 in the Star Wars Black Series range. It does have a lovely write-up on the back here, which does state, like all Jedi of his era, Obi-Wan Kenobi was raised in the Jedi Temple from a very young age. He first underwent training with Yoda before was assigned to Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn in his teenage years. So like I said, this is number 85 in the collection, and it is a slight different version to the one that was released as a part of the 20th anniversary line for the Phantom Menace. That was the convention exclusives that included Obi-Wan Kenobi as Padawan and also the Darth Maul figure. There are slight differences. The one that came for the convention exclusive had the classic pose where he's got the two fingers sort of pointed outwards, and this one doesn't come with that extra hand, sadly. And the hairpiece on this one is a little bit darker. It was a lot blonde, like lighter blonde on the other one. Now, I do already have a Obi-Wan Kenobi Padawan figure from SH Figuarts, so we will do a comparison to that as well, because I'm very intrigued, because as you know, I was very impressed with the SH Figuarts one, because I like the fact that the Figuarts one is shorter, so next to Qui-Gon Jinn, it really does look like Master, you know, the Master and Padawan, because Ewan McGregor, it was, at the time, slightly shorter than Liam Neeson, so it made the realistic sizing, whereas I think this one's going to be the same height, so I think we're going to struggle to get that realism there. Anything else I can say about it? Other than that, I mean, the face sculpt isn't my favourite, but we'll talk about that as we get into it. Let's break open the packaging, guys, and get into this bad boy. So, guys, it's been 20 years since the Phantom Menace came out. A lot of people hate on the prequels. I don't, because that was my introduction to Star Wars. I was a very young kid at the time. Episode 4 had just been re-released with Dolby Surround Sound, I think it would have been, or would it have been TMX sound or something like that. So I saw I saw the New Hope first in the cinema, and I was aware of Star Wars obviously before a Phantom Menace. My dad was a big sci-fi geek, but he was more of a Trekkie than he was a Star Wars fan. But he showed me the movies, and I became a Star Wars fan, and then obviously Phantom Menace came out not long after my dad got me into Star Wars. So I grew up in that era of the prequels. So I came, you know, obviously Phantom Menace as a kid. I was only, about 6 or 7 years old when that came out, probably. How old would I have been? Yeah. 10, sorry, I'd have been 10 because I'm 30. Can't even do math. So I'd have been 10 years old when it came out. So, as a 10-year-old, I was not hating that movie. I mean, Obi-Wan Kenobi, it was the start of his sort of rise as well as Anakin, and obviously then Darth Maul was like the biggest bad guy ever. He was like really cool, didn't really say anything. He was such a badass. What is there not to like? And as a 10-year-old, to be fair, Jar Jar Binks is funny. I'm sorry. And I do hope we get a Black Series figure of him in the future. Uh-oh, I've attracted the child. Hi. So here is Obi-Wan Kenobi out of the packaging. I'm not a massive fan of the face sculpt, I've got to admit. It looks more like young Anakin than young Obi-Wan. Doesn't it? To me, that looks more like Hayden Christensen. It just looks weird. But yeah, it's the young Ewan McGregor there. The face technology is pretty nice. I just wish it were a little tad better. If you paint that brown though, you would not tell the difference between that and Hayden Christensen, I'm telling you. I'm liking the robe design though. I'm liking the different textured details I've added to it to give it that look. And the belt as well has got a very nice textured look with different colour patterns for the different items on the belt. Hasbro could have just painted this one long brown thing, but they didn't. They put little bits of orange in there for the plating colours. So they did do very well there. This actually feels very good quality. We've had figures like this, like the Figuarts version is like that, where it's like layers on top of layers, so that's pretty nice that they've kind of gone there. They did the same with Qui-Gon as well, but just not to that extreme. Qui-Gon's looked 3D but wasn't, it was flat, whereas this actually is layer upon layer now, so it just looks that much nicer. So articulation, guys, let's look at it. So the head is on a ball joint, so you can make him look down as well as up, left and right. His arm lifts up there at the side and rotates at that top hinge there. There is an elbow that slides into place to give him a range of motion. It also rotates at the elbow too. Hands are on a free moving ball joint. There's the crunch at the ab there, so you can crunch him downwards and backwards and swivel at the waist. Legs lift out pretty far and forwards and backwards with a top thigh cut, double hinge knee there as well. No boot cut, but the feet are on rocker and pivot. So all in all, an excellent figure in my personal opinion. But let's go to the desk cam and take an up-close personal look at this one. We'll also compare him to the Figuarts one, and then we'll get Obi-Wan Kenobi in there and Darth Maul, and we'll recreate some fun. So let's go to the desk cam! So guys, here he is out of the packaging, looking pretty cool. Really liking this design, it looks super nice. It's a little bit dark today in this room, the sun's gone in a little bit, so I'm not going to be using the diorama piece because I think it would be too dark to pick up. So I'm just going to go with the old-fashioned desk style. But the Obi-Wan Kenobi here does look very nice. Like I said, I'm not too crazy on the face sculpt, but it's by no means is it the worst face sculpt, you know what I mean? It still looks pretty cool, and better than most that we've had recently. So if we zoom out again, you can see those textures that I was talking about there on the clothing. They just make it look so good and unique, and that belt as well is so nicely painted. No bleeding issues, there's not really a lot going on bad QC-wise. It's very, very good QC on this one that I can see. Very, very nice. But if I zoom out a little bit here and get that camera to refocus, we can then bring in the SH Figuarts version. So the Figuarts version, again, does have the better head sculpt in my opinion. But SH Figuarts always will. The face sculpt is something else, you know what I mean? And but they're still very cool. If we could do head swaps, that'd be awesome, but we can't, I don't think. Again, the belt design on both are pretty decent. There's no real trouble there. I do prefer the actual colour scheme of this robe to this robe. I like the more white look on this one rather than the creamy yellow that makes him look like he's been smoking too many cigarettes in the desert. That weird creamy colour, whereas this is like the straight white, rather Nicorette yellow. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, other than that, I do like the colour pattern, like I said, on the new ones and the old one. And but Figuarts' head will always win for me. That's the real problem. And the height, not much difference in height really. So actually, this is gonna scale really well with our Obi-Wan. Sorry, our Qui-Gon Jinn. You see here, there's not much in it height-wise, meaning that he's going to be perfect to scale alongside our Qui-Gon figure. I can't speak today. I don't think we can do head swaps on these. I don't think. I wish we could. That'd be awesome, right? So here is our Obi-Wan Kenobi wearing the cape of Mace Windu, and he's a little bit too short for it. It fits well on Qui-Gon, but it doesn't look as good on Obi-Wan. It looks like he's a bit too short for it just yet, which is a shame. Does anybody know anywhere on the internet where you can bulk buy these cloaks, by the way? Because I'd like one for every Jedi, but I struggle to get them. I am saving this one currently. I know it belongs to another figure, but I'm going to be using it with the Anakin figure when that comes from the archive line. So we can recreate Anakin from the temple scene where he's turning evil. Paige, really? Are you really trying to get your figure on display on option here? She's all the way over here, playing with the other Obi-Wan Kenobi. God's sake. Are you quite happy now? Yeah. Yeah. Back to this. God's sake. Paige, really? Here they are reunited at last. Finally have both of them together. We have Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon stood tall here side by side. When Qui-Gon first came out, a lot of people didn't bother picking him up because nobody thought we'd ever get the rest of the series. So it's nice to finally see these two side by side. And let's not forget, we already have the villain, so I'll bring him out in just a few moments. But first, I just wanted to show you these two stood side by side. What I do like about it is that they have stuck to the actual height sizes, because obviously Qui-Gon Jinn is a very tall fellow, and at the time, Ewan McGregor was a young up-and-coming actor, really. And there's a little bit of a height difference there, which I like. It's realistic, and it looks great. So, it looks perfect how they've made them. Oh, I keep knocking them both down. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Are you a fan of these two figures? Let us know. And if you want to learn more backstory about Star Wars, Master and Apprentice, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Qui-Gon Jinn, pick up this book, Master and Apprentice by Claudia Gray. It was a great read, guys, and it gave me a great insight into the relationship that there was between these two and the dark side that was forever trying to take Obi-Wan away. Kura Rataman, Kura Rataman. The moment every kid remembered in the cinema, the moment Darth Maul lit up 2 lightsabers. Yeah, we finally have them all, guys. We can recreate some awesome scenes. I'm super happy that we have them all in Black Series now. Yeah. And that moment in the movie when all Obi-Wan Kenobi could do was watch while his master was struck down. And the Sith Lord turned for him. Darth Maul's walking over the top, striking the ground, trying to get Obi-Wan to let go. And with the Force, Obi-Wan leaps, and Obi-Wan strikes down the Sith Lord, Darth Maul. So guys, what are your thoughts on this new Obi-Wan Kenobi? Let us know in the comments down below. Did you enjoy my little recreation of the Duel of Fate from the Phantom Menace? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed today's video, please smash the like button. If you're new around here, smash subscribe. Subscribing really supports us, really helps out, and helps us keep making awesome videos. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and until next time, may the Force be with you. Bye!
Hi.